for the very lady.
I have one more quick question. So when you look at rap right now, hip hop, rap, is hip hop and rap the same? Real quick, do y'all feel like?
I don't think so. I
think it's a difference too.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So
it's a different.
Definitely. When you look at music, or when you look at hip hop and rap, and when you think about how the South has basically, do you feel like the South has had its run, or do you feel like? I'm not saying mumble rap is South. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying like the way that these kids are coming up, you know, like how you be saying, Tino, all these Lils and all these kids coming up with, you know, these one-time hits. A lot of it seems to be like Southern influence in the sense of like, kind of what like the Migos was doing. I give credit to the Migos. Migos is, I for real feel like the Migos made some real good tracks. But I feel like some people are doing what they did, but not even doing it as good, nearly as good as what they have done. And they're coming up with these songs that'll hit for right now, or these that'll hit in your area or whatever. But they're not going to be played 15, 20, 30, maybe 5, 10 years from now. Mm-hmm. When you come to talk about music that's going to last, we still play music from the 60s, 70s, 80s. We still play stuff from way back in the day. Every once in a while, there's music that's being made now that I really feel like won't get no spins in like 5 to 10 years.
I can tell you that now, and I'm a DJ. A lot of times when people come and request songs, they be ready to move on to the next song after 45 seconds.
Right.
But a lot of times when I play the old school stuff, which is my specialty, I can let those tracks play on. But Lil Baby, you play his tracks, they be like, hey, I want to hear Future now. Okay, now I want to hear Roddy Ricch now. Now I want to hear this person. And it drives you crazy as a DJ because it's just like, because I was mad at first, but I was like, hold on. They're making microwavable music. You know what I'm saying?
They are.
So where you hear 40, like Soulja Boy, for example, he put out that song, She Make It Clap. Yeah. By the time his verse come on, you be like, okay, that's gone. Right. But you don't want to hear the whole thing. And then pushing P. I'm pushing P. You know what I'm saying? You hear that? It's a nice beat, then you're ready to go on. Versus, this is how we do it.
Right. And even that song is a sample of another song.
Yeah. Of another one. And
it's still pop. You know what I mean? Like,
And the thing is, back then, and you know, and it's not just back in the 90s, but in the 2000s too, you can play those records and they have chants, they have something. And I was watching a Lil Flip interview recently. He was talking about
that was a good
he was making some like the records that he was making back then. He wanted records that he could shout out to the crowd, be like, my niggas act mad. My nigga, what is y'all saying? You know what I'm saying? You know we run trains, true. Like, you know, a lot of rappers these days, like, you know, especially Lil Baby, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't hating on the guy. I think he makes some dope records, but a lot of the music is just like, it just keeps going, and it's not anything you can really chant anywhere. Some people could know it, but you know, not all the way. But I don't want to be long-winded with that.
But nah. I just feel like we're in a laboratory right now.
Yeah,
and everybody's trying. We're in a space where people are trying new stuff on us, and it's like, okay, that didn't work. Okay, let's try something else. And what's happening is that the people who are creating this stuff are not being groomed. They're not being
they're just thrown up there. They're puppets, man. They're puppets.
They're shooting their shot. And this is honestly, hip hop is here for young people to make money. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But you gotta come out. Yes, it's a certain, I feel it's a certain kind of humbling, a certain kind of way how you approach coming into this. You got to be respectful. You got to know where it came from. You got to know what it's really about. It's not when you start coming at it where you're like, oh yeah, this is just a money gig, a quick grab, just try to get something. It's you do so it's just some damage to it, and it's like.
Here's the thing, Trim.
What's up?
I mean, in defense of the young people, these old people were not being respectful. They weren't respecting them. You understand what I'm saying? Here's what this hip hop stuff went wrong a lot of times. All right, so y'all gotta understand. 80s beginning, right? Late 70s, early 80s is the beginning of hip hop, right?
Yeah.
10 years later, the new regime comes in. 80s don't like the new regime. 90s, they don't like them. It's too much cursing. It's too, it's not as it's too much gangster rap. It's too much, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't respect the 80s because they like, yo, you don't like what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't trying to listen to it, yeah. Right? 2000s come in. Let's say maybe in the middle, maybe I give it like 10 years ago, or maybe no. South comes in. The South comes in. These New York people don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like a lot of it. Not say that because they loved Outkast. They loved, a lot of the rappers that came in from the South. But when Lil Jon and them came in, and when all them other people came in, they didn't like that.
Yeah,
they like, nah. You see what I'm saying? Now we got a bunch of disrespectful people because at the end of the day, hip hop is built off I'm better than you type situation, right? Hip hop artists are getting older, so they sticking around a little longer. So it's a lot of disrespect all across the board. It's not a lot of working with each other. It's not a lot, which, I mean, honestly, I don't think hip hop really had that until the South came, of working with each other, really like that. Even when you work with each other, I'm still dissing you on this track.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if you listen to like the Reservoir Dogs on Jay-Z's album, Styles P is getting at Jay-Z. I don't give a F who you are. So F who you are. I don't care about your pretty chick watch or car. Like, he's getting at Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? It was never a point. Like, even when we work together, I'm still getting at you. So the point of me trying to say that is that the disrespectful part about where it comes from and everything. There was a lot of people that they weren't working with each other. The South, like rappers just don't kumbaya. And when it came to the new people that came in, they disrespected them, say they wasn't real hip hop. So what do you think a young person is going to do when the elders don't respect them?
They're gonna rebel the same way. But the only thing that's different in that whole scenario, what's changed the whole formula of it, is that the opportunity to make money has now came into it. And so now they have dollar signs in their eyes. And that's what's been pushing a lot of people.
But it's always been about making money though.
It has. But when you clearly see that it's like you clearly see that's your focus, it feels a little different. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
I mean, hip hop I feel like it was birthed from an honest point of view, in a sense.
Right.
It's reflective of the people. Money is not, I'm saying, when you're making a song about doing a whole bunch of craziness that you don't do,
yeah,
that is different than what hip hop was. People expressing what they do. This is my life.
And them doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff that they did not do. That I think it was a result of they saw how the money translated to their success. Their success brought the money, and they said, "Oh, that's how they're doing that. Well, let me do that." They're still chasing the bag.
The issue though is that
what you said about how these corporations take these people and they push what they want to push.
Right, but see, the issue though is that if you have a group of artists, right, that came from the 90s into the 2000s, these 90s artists need to show them still.
Yeah,
If-
the mentorship should be there.
Exactly.
It should be there.
If you are allowed to be in the same space that I'm in, I have to show you what these corporations will do to you if you don't do this.
True.
They will chew you out and they will spit you out and they will go make another little.
That's true.
This is what they supposed to be showing them instead of telling them that what they're doing is not good.
I agree, and that's where that's where it should have changed. But
that's what I'm saying. Like it didn't, and that. But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just commenting on what you said about the whole part about disrespectful, like knowing where it came from. The problem is that nobody taught them.
it's a two-way. It's a two-way street. Both ends. It's both wrongs to it. Yeah.
And a lot of them are on drugs. They on Molly. They on this. They on that. So they really mentally ain't trying to hear you anyway.
Exactly. And I'm gonna do this because I got to get up out of here. I got a closing remark.
Oh, we good.
I think that there was a disconnect with the old school and the new school. More so, I think that it happened once the mid 2000s came in. I think really like when Soulja Boy came out, that's when everybody was like, damn, that's the first time you heard
Right.
OGs like Snoop at the time,
Right.
actually saying, man, what the fuck is that Soulja Man shit? Like, because it was a different sound. Laffy Taffy, Soulja Boy, all that shit wasn't the traditional hip hop that we were used to hearing. Because I remember the first time I heard Laffy Taffy, it sounded like somebody made that in their basement or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they probably made that on their phone.
Yeah, and it became a big hit.
Fruity Loops is what it was. Fruity
Loops, right?
Yeah.
But then I think that's where it started being a disconnect. And then I can't blame the young people because they're like, hey, yeah, this label's throwing money in my face, but I just came out the hood just like you did. But then if we don't say, because one point that you said was like the 80s, right? Snoop wasn't collabing with Grandmaster Caz. Snoop wasn't collabing with Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying?
He did a
Lottie
Slick
Dottie.
Rick. He did Slick Rick over, but that's as far as it went.
But that's as far as
But
it went.
he did do the dramatics though.
He did dramatics, but
That was dope.
But overall, the 90s artists, like the 80s artists, weren't rich. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only thing that did happen is that, and I'm sure, Nas and them probably slid them some money and stuff like that, but they kept their names alive, but they weren't really collaborating with them. And one thing that I'll say that today that I would love to see, I like when older artists, like that's why I appreciated Chameleon there, because Chameleon there would collab with the OGs.
Right.
And make hit, dope records with them and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that it's been a disconnect, but I can't blame the younger folks and I can't blame the older folks at the same time, because I used to do it this way, whatever like that. But those are my remarks.
Man, Jay, we appreciate you, bro. Thank you for stopping by. I know we ran over, but we appreciate you so much. And like I said, we definitely enjoyed this conversation, man.
Pull up again.
Absolutely, man. We definitely got to do this, man. Like I said, it's rare that I do 2 out, man. This was dope. I love talking about hip hop, and I could do it all day, all night.
Right, me too.
But I got some stuff I got to do.
You good, bro?
Definitely.
You, bro. Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely.
You take care.
Everybody, make sure you follow me at JAYR3D on all social media platforms. Make sure that you go to youtube.com/ResView to make sure that you subscribe. I will be back on here again with these gentlemen. Y'all tag me and everything so I can reshare, but I had a lot of damn fun today, man. Thank y'all.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
Sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for blessing us, man. You take care, man. Take care.
All
right.
Bless you.
All right, man.
All right, peace. Peace.
Man, that was awesome, man. Hey, and now, that's our first guest with us three, man. That was dope.
That was dope.
My laptop was bugged out. Like, I don't know what was going on with it. Hey. I was trying. I was like, no, man, we got a guest today.
My laptop was acting not my laptop. My connection was acting crazy for some reason on my laptop, but on my phone, I'm fine.
Listen, see now, I decorated the place for J Red. He got the red. I got the red.
I was about to wonder, like,
there,
really, we gonna do red now? We're just gonna do red.
Man.
We're just gonna do red. We couldn't do blue.
We do blue.
I was trying to make sure I got better lighting. I wasn't trying to get roasted. Like, I was for real trying.
Hey, it looks good too. It looks good. You look clear. This is the best that you look
Exactly.
on the podcast. It looks good, man. It looks dope. It looks dope. That right there.
Yo, he was valid, yo. Like he was valid. He know his stuff, yo.
Yeah.
He was mad.
Man, next week we got well, not next week, but the next one we got
Lorenzo,
actor. We got an actor,
movie superstar.
Yeah, he been.
Next time?
Yeah, we got. Listen, bro, we got. He got. Listen, he got a Disney check, bro. He got a. He was in BMF. He was at the end, like that last episode of BMF. He didn't have a speaking role. He just had. He was.
Cameo.
So remember the scene? Remember the scene where when the girl that they had met in the warehouse. At that scene, so they went in the warehouse and they met the girl, the plug in the warehouse. She was the girl.
Okay.
He was one of the bodyguards in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see him in there. But I mean, listen, that's my homie. That's my dude. That's my homie. Like you know what I'm saying, like I was literally with him a few weeks ago. You know, we went somewhere. But that's my homie. Yeah, so. We gonna have fun chopping it up with him.